Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli, and excuse my fancy attire. I'm going to some meeting today. I want to do this video about the effect of, actually all the elements that affect electric car range. But before I say that, I want to say welcome and thank you to so many new subscribers. I'm talking about maybe 150 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks or so. So keep doing it. Keep subscribing to my channel. And most importantly, share my videos so we can spread the word about electric cars and sustainable energy, which is my passion. So when you have an electric car, and for that matter, every car, there is the miles per gallon or the range, the electric miles range can vary by many elements. But let's focus on on electric cars. So right now, almost the beginning of December, the weather is getting colder, and the number one culprit of range is weather. Okay, when it's way too hot and it's way too cold. But there's no question that the cold weather affect range, also, equivalency to miles per gallon in the winter. In the winter, there is significant, I'm talking about 20% or even more, effect on your range of your electric car, whichever electric car that is. There is no doubt about it. Okay, so weather is number one. Then I would say terrain will be the number two. Going up a hill takes significant amount of energy to propel the car going upward, and that affects the range. But conversely, with electric cars, when you go down that hill, you are going to regain range. You're going to recharge the battery, and you can get a lot of miles back going down the hill and or pressing and using your brakes. So that's very, very interesting. So I would say weather, terrain, and then of course speed. Speed. The faster you go, the more energy you're going to consume, the more miles, the more range you're going to lose. All right. So depending where you go, depending what kind of electric car you have, speed is also very significant. So now, imagine that you have to go to a long trip in the winter. Let's say very cold weather, on highway speed, up a hill. Sometimes, I drove in Oregon. There's a lot of hills there going from California to Oregon. So you have to be mindful of these three components of weather, terrain, and speed. Weather, terrain, and speed. Now, in addition to that, but it's also related to weather, it's the climate control. So you will see significant difference when you use the heat in a cold weather. It takes a lot of energy to heat a cabin. Now that's when the Nissan Leaf, for example, unlike the Chevy Volt that I have, or the Chevy Bolt EV, the Nissan Leaf has the heat pump, which heats the cabin significantly faster and much more efficient. So that is such a big advantage. I think Tesla has that as well, and others. But very important, before you buy an electric car, think about it. Does that car have a heat pump? Now, if you live in a warm weather, so it's not the biggest difference, but whatever. But it's very important. So you have weather, you have terrain, you have speed, and you have climate. The climate control in the car, air conditioning and air conditioning, cooling, and heat. So I put my seat warmer is on, my steering wheel warmer is on, you're great. You hit the car, it hits very quickly. The Nissan Leaf hits so quickly, less than a minute, and then you're good, and then you're good to go. So just be mindful of that, and always leave if you need to go distances. Always be mindful of how much buffer you need to have to get to that place. If it says that you have 40 miles on your meter and you need to go 40 miles, you are barely going to make it, if you're going to make it. So you have to understand that you need to have a buffer. That's for the terrain, the speed, the weather. No. Okay, so I hope this was helpful to you, because that's all I do. I help people change the world one electric car at a time. All right, guys, enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you again in another episode.